Good morning, my friend, or good evening, whenever you've chosen to spend this peaceful moment with me. Before we begin, let's slow things down together. Take a gentle breath in and let it out slowly. Nothing urgent, nothing alarming, just a calm conversation. Have you noticed how comforting routines become as the years pass? The same path, the same time of day? The familiar rhythm brings a sense of order and peace. Here on Health Tips for Seniors, we honor those routines. We don't rush you, we don't push extremes. We talk honestly, kindly, and clearly about what really supports your body after 60. This channel isn't about chasing youth or doing more than feels right. It's about protecting comfort, confidence, and independence, one thoughtful choice at a time. So settle in. This conversation is just for you. And by the end of this video, you may begin to see one of your healthiest habits in a slightly new and very helpful way. Let me share something I hear often from people just like you. You've been walking, faithfully, 30 minutes a day, sometimes more, around the neighborhood, through the park, on the treadmill when the weather's bad. You're proud of this habit, and you should be. Your doctor smiles and nods approvingly at your checkups. Your friends admire your dedication. The fitness tracker on your wrist congratulates you when you hit your step goals. But here's what you've started to notice, even if you haven't said it out loud yet. Getting up from a low chair is harder than it used to be. Your legs feel different. Not painful exactly, just less steady, less sure. Carrying groceries from the car feels heavier. Opening jars takes more effort, sometimes requiring you to ask for help when you'd rather not. And when you bend down to pick something up off the floor, standing back up takes a moment of thought, maybe a hand on the counter for balance. You think to yourself, but I walk every day. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Why do I feel weaker? And then comes that quiet worry that you don't share with anyone. Is this just what 65 looks like? Is this inevitable? Here's what I want you to know right now before we go any further. What you're experiencing isn't failure. You haven't done anything wrong. Walking is wonderful. It's beneficial. It's important. But after 65, our bodies need something more, something different. And most people, including many doctors, don't talk about this enough. Today, we're going to talk about why walking alone, as wonderful as it is, doesn't give your body everything it needs to stay truly strong and capable after 65. Now, I want to be absolutely clear from the start. This is not about stopping your walks or saying that what you've been doing doesn't matter. It absolutely matters. Walking is a gift you give yourself every single day. But imagine if you could take what you're already doing and add just a few simple things, not complicated, not time-consuming, that would help you feel stronger, more stable, and more confident in your body. That's what we're here to explore together. See, walking is primarily a cardiovascular activity. It keeps your heart healthy, your circulation moving, your mood lifted. These are beautiful benefits, and they're real. But there are other types of strength, muscular strength, bone density, balance, flexibility, that walking alone doesn't fully address. And after 65, when our bodies naturally lose these things faster, we need to be intentional about protecting them. This isn't about becoming an athlete, it's about maintaining the physical abilities that let you live the life you want. Please feel free to get off the floor if you fall. Carrying your own bags, standing long enough to cook a meal you enjoy, playing with grandchildren without fear. So let's understand this together, gently and clearly, so you can make small adjustments that create big differences in how you feel every day. Here's something that surprises most people. Walking, for all its benefits, doesn't ask your muscles to work hard enough to maintain or build strength. Let me explain what I mean. When you walk, you're moving your body through space, which is good, but you're not challenging your muscles beyond what they can already easily do. Think about it. If you can walk for 30 minutes comfortably, that means your muscles are strong enough for that task. They're not being pushed. They're not being asked to adapt and grow stronger. After 65, we lose muscle mass at a rate of about 3 to 8% per decade if we don't actively work to preserve it. This process is natural, but it's not inevitable at the rate most people experience it. Your muscles operate on a simple principle: use it or lose it. More specifically, challenge it or lose it. When you were younger, daily activities, carrying children, moving furniture, climbing stairs with arms full of laundry, provided enough challenge to maintain your muscles. But now, life is often easier, more convenient. We've eliminated many of those natural challenges. And walking, while it maintains what you have to some degree, doesn't provide enough resistance to actually build or even fully preserve muscle strength. Think about your legs for a moment. When you walk, each leg is supporting roughly half your body weight as it moves forward. That's significant, yes. But compare that to when you stand up from a seated position. Your legs are lifting your entire body weight, often from a mechanically disadvantaged position. Or think about your arms and upper body. When you walk, they're barely engaged at all. They swing gently at your sides, but they're not lifting, pushing, or pulling anything meaningful. This is why you can walk every day and still struggle to lift a bag of groceries onto the counter, push yourself up from the bathtub, pull open a heavy door, carry a basket of laundry up the stairs, stand up from a soft, low sofa. These activities require muscular strength that walking simply doesn't develop. Now, I'm not telling you this to discourage you. I'm telling you this so you understand why adding resistance exercises, even simple ones, can transform how you feel in your body. We're talking about movements that challenge your muscles just a little beyond what they're comfortable with. Things like sitting down and standing up from a chair repeatedly, holding light weights while doing simple arm movements, using resistance bands, even doing wall push-ups in your kitchen. These don't have to be intense, they don't have to take long. 10 minutes 2 or 3 times a week can make a profound difference in your strength and independence. Your walks are still valuable. Keep them, cherish them, but add this other piece and you'll feel the difference within weeks. Here's another piece of the puzzle that most people don't realize. Walking, while it's a weight-bearing activity, doesn't provide enough impact to maintain bone density after 65. Let me explain this gently, because bone health might not be something you think about until there's a problem, but it matters enormously. Your bones, just like your muscles, respond to stress, not harmful stress, but mechanical stress. The kind that tells your bones, we need you to stay strong and dense because we're putting demands on you. When you walk, your feet hit the ground relatively softly. It's gentle, rhythmic, and low impact. This is actually why walking is so sustainable and joint-friendly. But that gentleness means your bones aren't receiving a strong enough signal to maintain their density. After menopause for women, and after 65 for everyone, bone loss accelerates. Without the right kind of stimulus, bones become more porous, more fragile. This is why falls become so dangerous as we age. Not just because we fall, but because our bones are more likely to break when we do. Now, I'm not suggesting you take up activities that put you at risk of falling, not at all. But there are safe ways to create the kind of bone-strengthening impact your body needs. Activities like standing on your toes and lowering back down, heel raises, gentle stomping or marching in place with purpose, step-ups on a low, stable step, light jumping or hopping if you're able and steady. Even tiny hops count. These create just enough impact, more than walking provides, to signal your bones to maintain their strength. You can also include activities with light resistance that pull on your bones in different directions, lifting light weights overhead, resistance band exercises that create tension, movements that involve pushing and pulling. The beautiful thing about bone health is that it's never too late to start. Even if you've already experienced some bone loss, your bones can still respond positively to the right kind of activity. And here's something that connects back to what we talked about earlier. Stronger muscles also protect your bones. When your muscles are stronger, they absorb more of the shock from daily activities, reducing the stress on your bones. And if you do stumble or fall, strong muscles can help you catch yourself or land more safely. Everything in your body works together. By addressing muscle strength, you're also helping your bones. By protecting your bones, you're reducing fracture risk. By reducing fracture risk, you're preserving your independence and quality of life. This is why walking alone, wonderful as it is, isn't quite enough. Your bones need a little more. Now let's talk about balance, because this might be the most important piece of all for maintaining your independence. Walking on flat, even surfaces, which is where most of us do our walking, doesn't significantly challenge your balance system. Think about your typical walk. You're on a sidewalk, a track, a treadmill. The surface is predictable. Your path is clear. Your body moves in a straight line forward with a rhythm it knows well. But real life isn't like that, is it? Real life is stepping off a curb you didn't see, turning quickly when someone calls your name, reaching for something on a high shelf while standing on one foot, walking on gravel, grass, or uneven ground, catching yourself when you trip on a rug, adjusting your position when someone bumps into you in a store. These moments require dynamic balance, the ability to adjust and stabilize yourself when something unexpected happens. And this is a skill that declines rapidly after 65 if we don't practice it. Here's what happens. When we only walk in predictable environments, our balance system becomes calibrated only for those environments. It gets complacent. And then when we encounter an unexpected situation, our body doesn't respond quickly or effectively enough. This is often why falls happen not during exercise, but during ordinary daily activities. Your balance system simply hasn't been challenged enough to handle the unexpected. The good news? Balance can be improved at any age with simple, safe practice. Things like standing on one foot while holding on to a counter, then eventually without holding on. Walking heel to toe in a straight line. Standing with your feet together and closing your eyes for a few seconds. Gentle tandem standing, one foot in front of the other. Practicing standing from a seated position without using your hands. You can even make your regular walks more balance-enhancing by occasionally walking on grass or gentle trails instead of only pavement. Walking with occasional stops to stand on one foot, varying your pace and direction. I know that thinking about balance and falls can feel uncomfortable, but here's the truth. The best time to work on your balance is before you need it in an emergency. Every moment you spend practicing balance, even just 5 minutes a day, is an investment in your confidence, your safety, and your ability to move through the world without fear. And remember, these exercises don't have to be done all at once or in a formal workout. You can practice standing on one foot while brushing your teeth. You can do heel-to-toe walking while waiting for your coffee to brew. You can work on sitting and standing without hands while watching television. Small moments added up create significant protection. Here's another thing that walking doesn't address: flexibility and range of motion. When you walk, your joints move through a very limited range. Your hips flex and extend slightly, your knees bend and straighten part way, your ankles move through a small motion. Your shoulders and upper body barely move at all. But think about all the movements your daily life requires. Reaching up to get something from a high cabinet, bending down to tie your shoes, twisting to look behind you when backing up your car, reaching across your body to fasten a seatbelt, bending to get in and out of a bathtub, stretching to make your bed or tuck in sheets. None of these movements is practiced during walking, and our bodies follow a simple rule. If we don't regularly move our joints through their full range of motion, we gradually lose the ability to do so. This is why many people over 65 start to feel stiff or tight, even though they walk regularly. Their cardiovascular system is fine, but their joints, connective tissues, and muscles have slowly become less flexible because they're never asked to stretch or extend fully. This loss of flexibility has real consequences. You can't reach things you used to reach easily. You can't bend or twist comfortably. Getting dressed becomes more difficult. You feel older and more restricted in your movements. The solution isn't complicated. It's gentle, regular stretching and range of motion exercises. Things like reaching your arms overhead each morning, gentle torso twists while seated, hip circles and leg swings, shoulder rolls and arm circles, ankle rotations, neck stretches in all directions. You can also incorporate activities like gentle yoga or chair yoga, tai chi, simple morning stretching routines, evening wind-bound stretches. The beautiful thing about flexible work is that it feels good. It's not about pushing through pain or forcing your body into uncomfortable positions. It's about gentle, mindful movement that gradually expands what your body can comfortably do. And here's how this connects back to everything else. When you're more flexible, you move more easily. When you move more easily, you're more likely to stay active. When you stay active, you maintain strength and balance better. When you have strength, balance, and flexibility together, you feel capable and confident. Walking gives you one piece, but you need all the pieces working together to truly feel strong and independent. There's one more crucial point I want to share with you, and it's about being prepared for the unexpected moments life brings. Walking at a comfortable, steady pace is wonderful for daily health, but it doesn't prepare your body for the sudden, forceful movements you might need in an emergency. Imagine these scenarios. You need to catch yourself quickly when you trip. You have to get up off the floor after a fall. You need to move quickly out of the way of something. You have to push or pull something heavy in an urgent situation. You need to lift something substantial to help someone. These moments require strength you can access quickly, power, which is strength plus speed, the ability to move in multiple directions, core stability, confidence in your body's capabilities. Walking, because it's steady and predictable, doesn't train any of these qualities. This doesn't mean you need to become an athlete, but it does mean that including some movements that are a little quicker, a little more forceful, and a little more varied can give you capabilities you hope you'll never need, but will be grateful for if you do. Things like practicing getting up from the floor safely, a critical skill. Doing some quicker movements during part of your walk, short bursts of faster walking. Including movements that go in different directions, side to side, backward, diagonal. Practicing the motion of catching yourself with your arms against a wall, not falling. The goal isn't to live in fear of these moments. The goal is to build quiet confidence that if something unexpected happens, your body can respond. And here's a gentle truth. the stronger, more balanced, and more capable you are in general, the less likely you are to find yourself in these emergencies in the first place. Strength prevents falls. Balance prevents stumbles. Flexibility allows you to move safely. All of these together create a protective foundation that walking alone simply cannot provide. So let's bring all of this together with clarity and hope. If you've been walking faithfully, I honor that, truly. You're doing something that many people don't do, and it's benefiting your heart, your circulation, your mood, and your overall health in ways that matter. Please don't stop walking. Your daily walks are valuable and important. But now you understand why adding just a little bit more, some strength work, some balance practice, some flexibility exercises, some varied movements can transform how you feel in your body. You don't have to do everything at once. You don't have to join a gym or buy expensive equipment. You don't have to spend hours exercising. Start with just one thing. Maybe it's doing 10 chair stands after your morning walk. Maybe it's practicing standing on one foot while you brush your teeth. Maybe it's doing some gentle stretching before bed. Maybe it's adding resistance bands to your routine twice a week. Pick one thing, make it a habit, then add another when you're ready. Your body is remarkably responsive. Even if you've lost strength, balance, or flexibility, you can regain much of it with consistent, gentle practice. It's never too late, truly. Studies show that people in their 80s and 90s can still build muscle, improve balance, and increase flexibility when they practice these things regularly. You deserve to feel strong. You deserve to move through your life with confidence. You deserve to maintain your independence for as long as possible. And the beautiful truth is, you have more control over these things than you might think. Walking is your foundation. It's wonderful. Keep it. But build on that foundation with strength, balance, and flexibility work, and you'll create something truly resilient, a body that serves you well, that responds when you need it, that lets you live the life you want to live. That's what you deserve, and that's absolutely within your reach. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this conversation was helpful, I'd be grateful if you'd give this video a thumbs up. It helps other people who need to hear this find their way here. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to Health Tips for Seniors. We're building a community of people who believe that aging doesn't mean giving up. It just means being a little wiser and more intentional about how we care for ourselves. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take good care of yourself. Keep walking and add that little bit more. You're worth it.